Got a nasty storm coming your way, and you guys need to be in your shelters now in the northern part of Garrett County as well. That's going to be headed toward Madison County. For you folks there in Kirksville and Paint Lick, be aware that that storm's heading your way too, and that's eventually heading into Madison County. We are continuing to track the storm that's in Menifee County that's headed toward Denniston. So again, these are all the storms that are out there. Keep in mind, you see everybody working behind me. Everybody is gathering data. Matt, what were you just pointing at there? Okay. The storm that he was somewhere around Garrett County is where he was looking. We've got Tom Ackerman, we've got Lindsay Schwarzwalder, we've got Matt Ortiz, we've got the entire staff in here for you this evening as we track these potentially dangerous thunderstorms as they move across Kentucky. Let's go back to the Max Track Live Doppler. And wow, what was that one you just had up there? No, go ahead with the radar picture you just had, whatever was just up there a second ago.
That was Menifee County.
Wow.
Yeah. On the back end of it right there.
Yeah. For you folks there just east of Frenchburg, that's Denniston, along Highway 460. You folks, my goodness, you guys need to be in shelter right now. And obviously you should have been there a few minutes ago with that cell. So that one, again, that is as good a hook echo as you are ever going to see. Right in there as they were drawing that on, you got the hail core back here, back toward Frenchburg. This is all wrapping in just like that. So again, along Highway 460, this is right, that dark line you see there, that's the Menifee-Morgan County line. So that's the area that we're talking about. You've got Highway 460 working its way right through there. The community of Denniston, that is about as classic a representation of a tornadic storm as you will see. Whether or not it's actually hitting the ground, it's going to be close, but at the very least, you've got extremely strong rotation in that cloud. You've got a wall cloud certainly hanging low from that cloud. Whether or not it's actually reaching the surface, well, that we can't completely tell you with the radar. All we can tell you is what the tendency, what the potential of that storm is. But when you look at the velocity displays there, you are seeing the reds and the greens next to each other, and the bright reds and the bright greens, indicating very fast movement toward and away from the radar sites. And so with that in mind, you've got almost 100 miles per hour of shear right there that you're looking at. When you've got the stuff going away at close to 60, moving toward at close to 50, you can do the math on that. And again, that's near the community of Ezell, near the community of Denniston. You folks need to be in shelter. This storm is on a path that will take it along and north of 460. Heaven forbid it gets back to West Liberty, where, of course, we're still cleaning up damage from Wednesday's storm. But again, that cell right over Denniston, that is one that you folks need to be in shelters now. Well, I'll get out of the way. I'll let you see the storm times as that works its way through. You can see Artville 551, Ezell 551, and that storm then works its way eastward. Some of the smaller communities there as you get into Morgan County. And finally, the storm will at some point be somewhere near West Liberty sometime during the 6 o'clock hour. So that's that cell. Let's go back to the cell in Garrett County. So hail-producing storms, when you have updrafts that strong to produce ice that big, can indeed produce tornadoes with very little warning. Again, we've shown you the other pictures that have been coming in. That's the storm West Liberty. Wow, here we go again for you folks in Morgan County. So again, you're seeing again the classic hook as you're looking there in Morgan County. This is what's come through. You get another picture of the golf ball size hail out of Madison. Let's go back to our radar display. So here we go. You look at that storm. We're zoomed in on Morgan County. You see West Liberty. So again, West Liberty, which was hit hard by an EF2 tornado on Wednesday. We have our second cell in a couple of days coming into Morgan County. You've got US 460 going right through here. You've got Ezell right here. It is just north of Ezell at this point in Morgan County. Again, the hook presentation about as classic as it gets. You've got your hail core here. You've got everything wrapping in right like that. You've got State Highway 772 right there. And that's going to be north of 460 along Highway 772. You've got the community of West Liberty here. With any luck, this goes north of West Liberty, but it's close enough right now for you folks in West Liberty. You guys need to be in your shelters waiting for this storm to come by. And again, hopefully this will miss you to the north. Can we get a road right here, whatever one that one is? That's going to be to the northwest of Ezell, whichever highway that is. Tom?
I was talking to Matt, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Where are you looking? Right here?
Yeah, the one right there. Yep. That's 772. Okay, so again, along Highway 772, northwest of or northeast of Ezel, you folks need to be in shelter as that storm is coming right along Highway 772. Hail to the north, wrapping into the south and southwest of that. Let's come back to the storms now that are back toward the I-75 corridor.
Hey, they've got a report on the ground of a tornado on the ground in Frenchburg. Where'd that come through from, Matt? Call center?
Okay, so the storm potentially tornadic.
Possibly, yeah, unconfirmed.
And we also have that storm coming in now into Richmond.
Right, here we go, the Max Track Live getting it queued up for you. So, yeah, you've got storms stretching from Danville off through Stanford, Lancaster, some of the heaviest of it now right on top of Lancaster, and it looks like that tornado warning has been extended all the way out through eastern parts of Madison County, so right along the interstate, and we're still just coming up on 6 o'clock, so rush hour traffic heavy along 75, and a lot of folks that maybe not aware this is happening are driving right into this. So if you're anywhere within central Garrett County, and also you can see the cell rolling northeast just to the south of Richmond. I'll zoom in a little bit more right along the interstate there between Berea and Richmond down towards Kirksville. This is the area that you need to watch out for. Torrential rain, plenty of lightning, and as our live Max Track sweep rolls on by, the potential for some hail out of this one, although it's not as obvious as some of the other ones, but still any one of these storms could possibly become tornadic, as we've seen some of the reports, the incredible pictures that we're getting in here. Quick rundown on the warnings as they stand, just to get you up to speed. It's good to just go through the list every once in a while because they've been updated. A lot of them have been extended. We've got Adair County, Bath County, Bourbon County. These are all tornado warnings. Adair, Bath, Bourbon, Carter, Clark, Elliott, Fleming, Garrett, Johnson, Knox, Lewis, Madison, Mason, McCreary, Menifee, Morgan County, Nicholas County, Robertson, Rowan, Taylor, Whitley, and Wolfe with tornado warnings. So it's pretty much if you've got a storm that's popping anywhere in your vicinity, you've got to treat it as a potentially tornadic storm just due to the environment that we've been in, the setup that we've been under that we prepped you for earlier this morning, and now is becoming realized. A lot of the storms, kind of that back edge of the arc, it seems to be clearing from Cynthiana down through Lexington and Harrodsburg. So the threat is now shifting more into an eastern Kentucky threat for these storms. I want to pop it back over to the National Weather Service radar out of Jackson. That report of a potential tornado on the ground in Frenchburg, and just look at the back end of that storm coming through West Liberty. Of course, we've got to wait a little bit for the data to update via the National Weather Service, but this is Jackson's radar, and it's that classic hook on the back end just coming into the west of West Liberty. These are some areas that were harder hit from the storms that came through earlier in the week, midweek on Wednesday. So if you are in West Liberty, you need to go ahead and take shelter, wait for the storm to pass through, and get a quick storm track on it for you to give you an idea where it's heading. We're talking about 26 by about 5:55, Woodsbend by about 5:56, and this particular cell is moving off to the east-northeast, and they've been moving 60, maybe 70 miles per hour.
We've also had reports coming in now from West Liberty, funnel cloud, a public report of a funnel cloud near West Liberty. That's in Morgan County. Again, that's a public report of a funnel cloud near West Liberty. So that's, again, one of the things that is, and given the radar presentation, you certainly can't argue with that public report, again, coming in from folks in Morgan County. Again, considering a lot of folks there are still that for the northwestern third of the area, and that's Lexington, Georgetown, Frankfort, Versailles, Lawrenceburg, places that have been hit pretty hard. You may even see the sun coming out right now. The worst of these storms are over. That being said, we still have dangerous weather ongoing for folks to the south and east, as tornado warnings do continue for Taylor County, for Casey County, for Russell County. Again, all of these are under tornado warnings. You folks in West Liberty, in Morgan County, you have tornado warnings ongoing as well, and all of those storms are, again, potentially dangerous. We've told you time and again how to be in your safe spots.
Got a report from law enforcement out of West Liberty of a tornado possibly on the ground, and well, right there you can see from that presentation. Wow.
I mean, how rare is a tornado in Morgan County to begin with, and now the potential for two of them here in 2 days is nothing short of amazing. Moving east around 55 miles an hour, Kentucky State Police confirmed a tornado on the ground. The storm was located near Liberty Road, in West Liberty, and moving east at around 45 miles an hour. All right, we'll send it back over to Kevin and Nancy with a report from Madison County.
All right, Bill, thank you. Yeah, we've got LEX18's Jennifer Hoff is down there in Madison County. You saw a picture of a funnel cloud earlier from northern Madison County. Jen, what's happening where you are?
The hail just ended here. We are off of exit 87 off of Interstate 75. It was about pea-sized hail that was falling. The sky real dark right now. One of my sources with Kentucky State Police has reported that its units have spotted a tornado off highways 954 and 52, but they're not sure of the damage, and that is Garrett County. And then he said it had moved into Kirksville, and they were reporting some busted windows in some of their cruisers. Of Kirksville, of course, another town that had been hit with tornadoes in the past. So right now, though, like Bill said, it's lightening up here. That hail came through real quickly, so we're just keeping our eyes to the sky here and see what's coming through, Kevin and Nancy.
Thank you, Jennifer. But now we need to go back to Chief Meteorologist Bill Mack.
And we are continuing to track new thunderstorm development. We've again told the folks who are out of danger, but folks do remain in danger. And we've had new tornado warnings that have come out. Of course, we're tracking what may be a tornado on the ground in West Liberty. We've had that Kentucky State Police report. There you see that, again, classic radar presentation. And again, ground confirmation coming in from the Kentucky State Police. They said that there was a tornado on the ground near Liberty Road there in West Liberty. Where else are we looking at? And that's headed up toward Crockett up there in the northeastern part of Morgan County. Let's go back to the west now because a new tornado warning has been issued. This one is for Garrett County as well as for folks in, is it Garrett and Madison on this one? I'll check it here. Garrett, Lincoln County until 6:30. So again, we're looking at another storm near Stanford that is capable. It's all gone past Stanford already. And there you see again the warning just from Lancaster southward there in Garrett County. The potentially tornadic storm was not far from Stanford, but it looks like it's moved northeast of Stanford now. For you folks in southern part of Garrett County, you get out there toward you folks out there along Highway 52. Again, be aware, it looks like along and just south of Highway 52, and then heading to the south and southeast of Lancaster. Again, this is a new tornado warning that has come out, and this is going to be in effect until 6:30 for you folks in Garrett and Lincoln County. Being reported as well with these storms as they continue working their way to the east. Law enforcement again reports tornado in the near, or being reported by officers of law enforcement officers near West Liberty. The report we're seeing here is officers in the vehicle that were hit by a tornado. We'll have to get confirmation on that, but that's again crossing on one of our servers here. So again, that's in West Liberty where there may be some law enforcement officials involved.
Yeah, and we've got you zoomed in on the storm right here over West Liberty. You can still see that pronounced hook on the back end of the storm. Now the worst of it appears to be clearing West Liberty, but folks out in the eastern parts of the county heading in your direction. And we're going to toss it over to Nancy and Kevin for more information.
We've also gotten reports that there is extensive damage in northern Kentucky, particularly Grant County, the Dry Ridge area. Multiple reports of damage, reports of injuries, though not confirmed. Trees down, lines down, roofs ripped off. Those are some of the early reports coming in. We have Courtney Fisher there on the ground live by phone now. Courtney, what are you seeing? What have you heard from Grant County?
Yeah, Nancy, we just got off of the Crittenden exit, and traffic from all lanes, all areas, all directions at a complete standstill right now. I'm looking at a mobile unit set up by Kentucky State Police, also several what appears to be ambulances. I'm also seeing a gas station right now that appears the roof has been blown off. There's police tape around it. A fire engine just passed us. We are sitting here like everybody else, just trying to get to an area where there is a lot of damage, but the stoplights are out. It seems to be very calm right now. State police are out here working the traffic. We still don't have any information on confirmed injuries, but again, we have gotten several reports from people in Grant County that said they know a lot of homes have been damaged and injuries as well. So, of course, we'll keep you updated as soon as we get that information, Nancy.
All right, Courtney Fisher, thank you.
Courtney Fisher in Grant County. And just a little quick perspective here on how bad things were in northern Kentucky. At one point, the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Airport asked everyone in the airport to head to the basement. That's how bad the storm was up in northern and northwestern Kentucky. Let's go back to Tom Ackerman now for the latest warnings and watches. Tom?
Yeah, I got our eye on the one that's running across central Garrett County through Richmond and also towards Irvin. Ton of lightning out as you get into Estill County, and the tornado warning does continue. So folks in and around Berea, as you heard Bill talking about earlier, right along 75, that's an area where you're going to want to go ahead and get down into your shelter as the storm rolls by. Here comes our MaxTrack live sweep to give us the latest updated data. And in addition to that, the hail core just to the southeast of Lancaster there, that's a possibility as well. Some larger hail coming in. And then just down towards Berea, the potential, if it is tornadic, could be coming in your direction.
We are tracking all of these thunderstorms as they continue working their way to the east. And again, the threat is there for large hail. Again, the hail reports of golf ball, baseball, softball size hail have all been coming in. A report of trees down now in McCreary County from the storms. We are looking at these storms as they continue moving to the east. West Liberty looks to be an area that was seeing another round of storms coming through. And in fact, that storm may indeed be tornadic. And in fact, we've had reports of tornadic weather with perhaps law enforcement being involved near West Liberty. And that storm continues with that classic look. You folks in Crockett getting there in the eastern part of Morgan County, that is an area where you folks should have been in shelter 5 minutes ago. You need to be there now. Elk Fork, the storm is moving right in on you at this point. So again, we're looking in the eastern part of Morgan County, almost identical path to the storm that went through on Wednesday. Seems to be repeating into the same area again. Again, we continue a tornado warning also for Adair, Casey, and Russell counties. Multiple roofs have been damaged in Barron County near Glasgow from this storm, and it is working its way 480. So again, if you're without power, you've got the power outages. Those are the numbers. We're getting a report of what has been maybe a tornado going through Irvin. Again, that was an unconfirmed report coming in just a couple of minutes ago. We continue to track what is a potentially large tornado, at least from the spotter reports that have been coming in from near Campton. That storm is going along the Mountain Parkway. That is going to go into the southern part of Morgan County. That will also be going into Magoffin County here over the next 10 minutes or so. We have more thunderstorms to the south and west. We've been tracking a storm that may be tornadic going through Pulaski County. That storm is now north of Somerset. It's going to be very close to Shopville at this point, going by Science Hill, going by Woodstock. So that storm, again, very close to Shopville at this point, on a path that will take it into the southern part of Rockcastle County, the northern part of Laurel County, as well as for folks there going on to the east, maybe into the southern part of Jackson County as well. So we continue to track these storms with the MaxTrack Live Doppler, but apparently folks have been hit hard in eastern Kentucky, and for that we're going to send it over to Kevin and Nancy.
The second time in as many days, Bill, as you mentioned, Morgan County, West Liberty, right in the crosshairs of this storm, and the damage is heavy.
They were hit hard, as you said, and now it appears they've been hit even harder possibly today. Let's go live by phone to Bianca Spinoza in Morgan County. We understand Main Street in West Liberty heavily damaged, Bianca.
Sorry, Kevin and Nancy, we're actually almost there in Morgan County. I'm told that from state police, the tornado has touched down on Main Street in Morgan County. Of course, as you said, they were hit very hard 2 days ago. Homes just leveled, and tonight, facing a similar situation there. State police is on the scene. We're told no injuries to report at this time. But again, just a very sad situation for people living in Morgan County to be hit by a tornado again after being hit just 2 days ago. We'll have more on the scene for you later here in LEX18. For now, Kevin and Nancy, back to you.
All right, Bianca Spinoza live in Morgan County, where, as she said, significant.
Two things will eventually be merging together, and the potential, again, we've already seen the storm being tornadic at one point in its life as it was back in Russell County. The potential is there as this storm is in Russell County, coming in through the southern part of Rockcastle, and especially now headed into the southern part of Jackson, that this particular cell may try and spin up one more time. And tornado warnings do continue for this storm, but we really just wanted to highlight this area right now, which is the northern part of Laurel County, East Bernstat, Hazel Patch. For you folks there, you see Hazel Patch right there. In fact, you've got hail likely ongoing at this point. Passing by Livingston, headed toward Peoples, which is right there on the Jackson-Laurel County line. This, again, is an area where we would be watching with particular interest if this storm were to spin something up, where you've got an individual cell and then a line that's going to be impinging on it. So again, that's something to be watching for here over the next few minutes. You guys are under the warning already, so you need to be in your shelters. We just wanted to really highlight again the potential with this storm as it's coming out. You've got the squall line here, the cell right here, and the two coming together. We've got some pictures that have come in as well. And again, we always thank you folks for sending the pictures in. This came in from Menifee County, and again, I mean, that's a very dramatic picture, obviously, that you're seeing there, and we've seen several very, very dramatic pictures that have come in over the course of the afternoon and this evening. What has been really telling the tale of some of those aerial pictures we were getting earlier out of Indiana, and I don't even want to see the pictures that are going to be coming out of Morgan County when that time comes. It was bad enough what happened on Wednesday, but again, everything we've been hearing is that it has maybe taken a worse hit today. On the Max Track Live, let's go back to it. And we've zoomed in now. We've shifted focus back again over toward Magoffin County. And with that, again, as classic a hook as you're going to see. And that is near Salyersville. It looks like the storm has gone by Salyersville, although you're getting exceedingly heavy rain. If the storm is tornadic, it's between Salyersville and Falcon. The threat button again indicating very strong winds have been taking place near Salyersville. And again, the storm moving to the northeast. So again, Magoffin County has been hit by maybe a tornadic storm as it's been working its way to the northeast. That's that same cell we've been tracking here for quite a while. That storm is going to be headed toward Falcon. That's getting into the northeastern part of Magoffin County. That's eventually targeting, it looks like, the southern part of Johnson County as that storm does continue working its way very quickly to the east at around 30 miles an hour. Tom, let's go ahead and down toward still 745 on all these warnings that you see, Morgan and Breathitt. So right now 745 is the out time for a lot of these. We'll have to see what gets extended eastward as we look ahead. In Magoffin County, that's going to be just the far eastern tip of Magoffin County, and that is in effect until 8 o'clock. We were showing this a little bit ago. Again, wow, they added. Look at the tornado reports out of southern Indiana going across northern Kentucky. That is, again, just an amazing number. Start doing the math, how many severe weather reports that we have just on that image. Now, it's not, again, just our viewing area. That includes southern Indiana, parts of western Kentucky. But again, right now there are 38 reports. And again, notice how it's linear. You go from southern Indiana, it's almost in a straight line across there, northern Kentucky, again, with the individual tornado reports. The same thing with that cell we were tracking coming across. In fact, you can follow the path from Danville to Madison County to the tornadoes again in Morgan County, just like we saw on Wednesday, where the storms begin, and you can follow essentially a linear path of damage from individual supercells as they work their way eastward. So again, nature unfortunately has a habit of repeating, and that is the case today, except today is worse than what we saw, it looks like, what we saw on Wednesday. Here's the Max Track Live, and again, we are tracking storms moving almost due east at this point. The storms that you see from Paintsville back to Salyersville, extremely heavy.